Hello, animal communicators, and welcome to this week's live and completely free power training, the place to come for all my hints, tips, and sometimes complete strategies on how you can elevate your work from ordinary to extraordinary. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my students' most favourite trainings, and it's where I talk about stating facts over making facts. It's such a juicy concept that will really help elevate your accuracy levels in the eyes of your client. Before we dive into that, though, I've got a really special announcement. If you don't already know me, my name is Sarah Jane LeBlanc. I'm a professional animal communicator, trainer, mentor, and coach, and I just love, love, love teaching you how to be the best animal communicator that you can be. But I am running a free event in a few weeks' time. I have run this event so many times before. People keep coming back because they always get more every time they come back. The information lands in a deeper way, a different way. And it's one of my favorite events ever. And it's called From Ordinary to Extraordinary. And I will be teaching you over the course of a week lots of different ways that you can elevate your work from ordinary to extraordinary. So if you love these power trainings and you want to find out even more ways to uplevel your work, but more importantly, work in a much more deeper way with me, then you definitely do not want to miss this. So just type me in the comments below, or if you want to reach out separately via my email or any of the contact places in my bio, then you can do that there. But you definitely do not want to miss this training. It is phenomenal. It's free. And I know the value is hundreds upon hundreds of pounds because it is absolutely a game changer, even for professional practitioners. So let's get back to today's topic. Stating facts over making facts. So the concept of this training comes from my training in NLP, where we learn how the brain works, and more importantly, how the brain accesses information and processes information. So the training is very much based on how the brain works, which is one of the things that I do and love. So when you are doing your animal communication work and you're doing your feedback for your client, we are often making assumptions all of the time with what people are saying. So your client is going to be making assumptions about the feedback that you are giving, and you could also be making assumptions in your communication work about what the animal is telling you. And so this training is really about how to eradicate that assumption making, so you're really working with the purest of information possible. And when you do that, something really magical happens. Your accuracy level, your client's perception of you as an animal communicator rises, because what you are able to do when you do stating fact over making fact, you are able to help your client see things through a broader lens, instead of you making the assumption about what's going on and your client saying, no, that's wrong. Or you might make a statement of fact about something and your client's like, well, is that right? Or is that wrong? Do I agree? Do I disagree? And if they don't agree, then it's wrong. So your estimation in their eyes as an animal communicator is going down and down and down. So what you want to do to avoid that happening, but also to really help the client get the best out of your work, is to state what you get as factually close to how you got it. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it takes. You want to share the information as factually as you received it. How did you receive it? When did you receive it? At which stage in the consultation did you receive it? What else was going on in your body when that came in? Was there a word that came in? Was there a feeling that you got as the animal spoke to you? Whatever it is that comes through in that point in the consultation, that's what you share with your guardian, exactly as you got it. That's it. That's the hack here. That's the trick to increasing your perception as an animal communicator and increasing your client's confidence in you as an animal communicator. What often happens, and I see it all the time, is where students and even professional practitioners that I support and I do mentorship work with, we make assumptions. So the animal will give you A, B, and C, and you will conclude F, or you will conclude something that isn't quite on the mark, so it doesn't resonate for the guardian, and the guardian's believing that your information is wrong or inaccurate or that you haven't quite got it. But when you state it exactly as you got it, that increases your guardian's, remember I was talking about assumptions, it increases your guardian's perception, because you're actually helping your guardian think outside the box, because their brain is now looking and searching for the information and the connections with what you've just given them. And then they're able to more easily say, oh, that will be such and such. Yes, I forgot about that. Rather than you saying, your animal said this, or this is what's going on. That's you stating the information as a fact, rather than stating it as you received it factually. There is a distinction in there. I'm going to repeat it because I know it might take you to listen to this a couple of times. When you state something, the information as a fact, that's different from you stating what you received in a factual manner. That's the key in there. State what you got in a factual manner, but don't make statements of fact about what you received. There's always wiggle room. There's always room for it to be something else. So don't make it a yes or no, right or wrong, by creating a factual statement about it. So an example of that is when a student had asked, I'm sure it was a dog, it was many years ago now, had asked the dog what his favourite treat was, and he showed her, and this is what she shared with me. He showed me a brown bar, rectangle shaped bar, and it had like little nodules on it that looked like nuts. That's her sharing factually what she got. But what she said to her client was, he loves the peanut bar, the bar with the nuts in it. And the client came back and said, no, never had nuts, never had nuts. So do you see the difference there? The first sharing of that she shared with me was the facts of how it came through. But she shared something different with her client, and her client was like, well, that's wrong, never had nuts, never. So no, you're wrong. But actually, when I sent the client back and said, share with her what you shared in your transcribe with me, share that with her. And the client was then able to say, oh, I know exactly what you mean. And those little nodule bits, I can't remember now what they were, it was such a long time ago, but they were a piece of food that was put into this treat, into this bar. So the client then knew exactly what it was that her dog loved so much, without being distracted by the assumption of it being peanuts, because she's never given her dog anything with nuts in it. So that's an example of how to state facts without making facts. And in that scenario, the student made a fact when she didn't share it factually in the way that it came through for her. So that's my top hack for you today. And if you want more of these, then do not miss this event that's coming up, where we'll be diving really deeply. So type me in the comments below, or reach out on any of the touch points in the bio above. And I would love to dive more deeply with you over the whole course of a week, really digging into all things that will help you elevate your work from ordinary to extraordinary. Can't wait to see you there.